Hello and welcome to the WFTDA Championships for 2012. We're getting ready for our first match between the Denver Roller Dolls and the Charm City Roller Girls out of Baltimore, Maryland. And we're going to get right to the action here as skaters are already lining up to start our first jam. So,
all right, well, we're going to get to rosters when we get to them, but jamming right now for the Mile High Club, that is number 303, Heather Juska, up against number 1618, I Am Payne for Charm City.
This is the third meeting between these two teams. Denver has won the previous two matchups between these two teams. Charm City's in their third consecutive WFTDA Championship tournament, while Denver is in their second championship tournament, the last one in 2009, where they placed third.
Correct. So Denver's been waiting for a while to get back to the big show. Very excited about the opportunities here. And thank you again to Atlanta and the Dirty South Derby Girls, as well as the whole league, the Atlanta Roller Girls, for hosting this tournament here at the Georgia World Congress Center.
We're just waiting for the teams to clear the track from the opening ceremony, and then we will get underway here. Teams very anxious to get things going.
All right, so 5 seconds on the ref, and here we go. First jam has started. Heather Juska now hits a wall of yellow up front. I Am Payne hitting a wall of blue in the back.
It's a scrum start.
Nice blocking up front by the Charm City wall. Heather Juska around the outside. Lead jammer, Denver. Denver again in blue, Charm City in yellow.
And I Am Payne having a very hard time getting through that very solid four wall at the back of the pack, but now she clears the pack on her initial pass. No, she cut the track, cutting the track major. Power jam for Denver. Heather Juska in the power jam.
All right, Heather Juska now out there by her lonesome. Couple blockers to beat up front. Yvette Work knocked her out, and Heather Juska called the jam, but Denver will start this in a power jam.
So quickly going over Charm City's roster. We got number 2, Ochit. 2AA is battery operated. Number 8 is Free Radical. 34 is Lady Kaboom. 45, Quick Shot Kitty. 63 is Holden Grudges. 100, Rosie the Rioter. 101 is Cruella DeVille. 110, Yvette Work. 415, probably not playing today, but Holly Go Hardly. It's number 777, Trixie Von Doom, and we'll get back to the rest of the lineup.
All right, that's Sandrine Ranjon on the line for Denver. She is out there by herself. Full walls for both packs, and through on the inside, lead jammer Ranjon for Denver. Score right now stands Denver 5, Charm City 0.
So it's a power jam opportunity here for the moderately slow moving pack. Denver now on the scoring pass here, and right through the pack, a quick 5 points.
Denver actually grabbed the trap at the back of the pack. You don't see, you're not seeing passive offense right now. They are defying the pack at the rear. Ranjon around the inside through turn 2. Let's see what she got. Another 5 points for Denver.
Denver out to the early lead here with this power jam. 15-0 on the clock. More points are coming for Ranjon.
All right, I Am Payne now stands up in the box. And Ranjon calls it. And before I Am Payne can get out of the box, nice strategy by the Mile High Club. We'll give a few seconds to have a power jam.
So continuing the roster here, we got Daisy Hayes, number 1001 for Charm City. 1618 is I Am Payne, the workhorse for Charm City. 2113, Slambolina, and T2 is Allie Beatback.
All right, Heather Juska out there one more time. Steady rotation here between Juska and Ranjon. Still 4-on-4 in the pack. No blocker penalties as of yet. Heather Juska now with that wall of yellow in the front. Now I Am Payne back in the mix for Charm City.
And nice defense there by Charm City, holding off Denver's jammer, giving their jammer a chance, but lead jammer goes to Denver.
Heather Juska out, and looks like we have a penalty on Charm City blocker and as well and a Denver blocker. Looks like it's Akers to the box and Quick Shot Kitty to the box for Charm City.
And
Heather Juska through, looks like she picked up 4 points on that pass, calls the jam. Denver now with 24 points to Charm City 0. 26 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first period, Mumble.
We're going to see Julie Adams line up here for Denver in this jam. She will be up against Cruella DeVille for Charm City in yellow.
I'm going to try to get through some of the Denver roster. Number 4, Jess Rivas. Number 5, Deirdre Sage. Number 9, Vicky Cruz. Number 19, Julie Adams. Number 20, Monica Carson. Number 24, Sandrine Ranjon. We'll get back to this as the action slows down between jams. All right, once again, blockers taking a knee to immediately start the jam. Cruella DeVille fighting that wall of blue, and she is through. First lead jam for Charm City. Cruella DeVille for Charm.
Julie Adams still in the pack on her initial pass. A veteran jammer out there, able to get through the pack. She's got one blocker to beat, gets taken out. That was number 8, Free Radical.
Oh, it looks like she cut the track. Must have stepped slightly out of bounds here.
Here's a chance for Charm City to get back into this action here. 5 points already for Cruella. Here she comes again on another scoring pass here. A very slow moving pack.
Denver now trying to push her out. Picking up a lot of clockwise blockers, stop block penalties. Those will add up. And Cruella makes a move. She is out. 5 points to Charm City.
Denver using a patient Charm City using a patient offense here, allowing their jammer to get right back to the pack for another scoring opportunity.
Pushes through, but looks like a major forearm on Cruella DeVille. This will free Julie Adams.
A little too aggressive there for Cruella DeVille. So we're going to get the jammer swap in the penalty box, and Cruella will serve the same amount of time that Julie Adams just served.
All right, Akers back in the mix for Denver. Now a full pack for her. Adams now through. That was her initial pass, now able to score.
She has 30 seconds on the jam clock, and she's roaring around the pack at a standstill, so that'll give her time to catch up.
Hits the back of the pack at turn 2. Gets knocked down, and a little bit of offense from SH Long, and one to beat up front. Takes it, and she's through. 5 points, Denver.
The pack moving at a snail's pace. It is moving forward a little bit. We got a 4th minor call.
5 seconds left in the jam, and Adams pushed out there by battery operated. Nice blocking, but she picked up 4 points. 4 points added to Cruella DeVille, but she'll stay in the box.
So we look at the scoreboard, 33-14 in favor of Denver. 24 minutes, 19 seconds remain on the clock.
So we did have another Denver blocker to the box, and Ranjan is out there. All right, number 28, Chrisana Barrett. This is for Denver. Number 99, Tracy Akers. Number 303, Heather Juska. Number 307, Shanna Sarelson. And number 357, November James. Number 719, Amanda Sharpless. 831, SH Long. And number 1982, Ariel Quigley. That's Ranjan out there jamming by herself for Denver.
In a power jam opportunity here. Charm City's jammer standing.
Denver now, patient offense at the back as Ranjan is pushing through. Here comes Cruella DeVille. Hits a wall of blue. And Ranjan through, lead jammer Denver. Denver now picks up the speed as Cruella DeVille pushes forward. And now we have Charm City with a patient offense. It looks like we have a pack destruction major penalty called. That's you better work, number 110 for Charm City. Ranjan picked up, let's see, 2 points there for Denver. No points for Cruella DeVille.
We'd like to thank Rydell Skates, the official skate of the WFTDA. Unmatched quality, unmatched performance. That's RydellSkates.com.
Score right now, Denver 35, Denver in blue, Charm City in yellow with 14 to 23 minutes left in this period. I Am Payne back on the line for Charm City. That's Amanda Sharpless out there for Denver.
I Am Payne led Charm City in the playoffs in points scored. She had 201 points over the course of the weekend at the Eastern Regional Playoff.
Good blocking by Sage, pushing I Am Payne to the inside. Sharpless through, lead jammer Denver. Now I Am Payne out as well, just about a half lap behind Sharpless.
Here comes Sharpless now up to the pack. The pack now moving. She gets knocked to the outside, out of bounds. Quick points by I Am Payne. She snuck through. She got 4 points. 0 points for Denver. Very aggressive play by I Am Payne.
Yeah, nice work by Baltimore there. Radar Wheels, tired of sliding through slippery corners? Try the new Radar Wheel Wheel, radarwheels.com.
35-18 in favor of Denver right now. We're looking at number 101 for Charm City. That is Cruella DeVille.
Up against number 303, Heather Juska. Once again, if you want to talk to us on the Twitters, hashtag #2 WFTDA or hashtag WFTDA champs. Heather Juska now fighting a wall of yellow. Again, story of the bout so far, wall of yellow up front, wall of blue in the back. Cruz now pushing on Cruella DeVille, and she came through the inside.
Both packs were able to recycle their jammers for a second, but Heather Juska gets through for lead jammer status. And she is now roaring around the track. Cruella DeVille trying to clear the pack. Got Tracy Akers, but she's able to get past Tracy Akers. Heather Juska now scoring here. Calls off the jam after getting 4 points.
All right. Denver now 39, Charm City 18, 21 minutes and 21 seconds left. Oh, timeout, Charm City.
So we'd like to thank Adam Wheels, a proud partner and official wheel of the WFTDA. Pilot F16 plate system, pick your price and performance. Check out Adam Wheels.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about Denver Jammers. At Westerns, Heather Juska, 240 points in 47 jams. Sandrine Ranjon, 213 points in 40 jams. So very productive jammers. Blocker-wise, Sarelson, statistically, 3.3 point differential, and Cruz with a 3.4 point differential. Corella, I think you already mentioned Corella DeVille and I Am Payne as far as their stats. Rosie the Rider, 7.5 points per jam. Statistically, sorry,
that was we read that wrong. That's a blocker. She was the best blocker for Charm City during
yes,
the playoff.
All right, jamming is I Am Payne, number 16-18 for Charm City, up against number 19, Julie Adams. I think we have 4-3 pack advantage to Denver.
I Am Payne had the most jams for Charm City during the playoffs, 57 jams as jammer. So we're about to start here. 3 blockers out there, 1 down for Charm City.
All right, Denver on a knee, starts to jam immediately. Adams through lead jammer very quickly for Denver. And look at that, long pushes. I Am Payne out recycles her, and looks like a high block call on Sage.
I Am Payne used some muscle to get through the pack on her initial pass, but Julie Adams now on a scoring pass here.
Oh, it looks like we have a major cut penalty on Adams. So that's her second cut penalty, second major.
Power jam, Charm City already scoring 5 points for I Am Payne, and she's going for more of the pack, moving in reverse slowly. I Am Payne contesting with the pack herself in the patient offense here. And now muscles her way through on the inside, able to get through for 5 points. And Denver loses a blocker.
Yeah, looks like Carson with a major forearm to the box for Denver. Now Denver's box completely full, just 2 blockers in the pack. As I Am Payne hits long and Quigley. No pack called. And she's through another 5 points. Charm City now puts on the gas, 39 Denver, Charm City 33, and looks like Quigley out of the box. 1 blocker out there for Denver.
Not much 1 blocker can do against I Am Payne. I Am Payne racking up points here. Denver's about to gain a blocker, but I Am Payne's gonna get a quick shot at the 1 blocker pack. Makes a move to the inside, gets through another 5-point pass.
That is a lead change now. Charm City 43, Denver 39. Penalties now being the problem for the Mile High Club.
I Am Payne through again as now Julie Adams out of the penalty box very quickly, gets through the pack. That was a scoring pass, 4 points for Julie Adams. She is roaring, speeding up, catching up to I Am Payne. The pack at a standstill, both jammers about to hit the pack.
15 seconds left. Oh, it looks like number 5 for Denver headed to the box.
Another 4 points, Charm City. Julie Adams on another scoring pass. We're losing blockers 3-2 in favor of Charm in the box and in the pack, but a huge jam for Charm City. They get the lead. I lost track of how many points that was. I think we'll get that clarified, but 52-47 in favor of Charm City, 19 minutes, 6 seconds in the first half.
Huge jam for Charm City. Now Denver, once again, with only 2 blockers out there, Charm with 3. Corella DeVille for Charm City, Ranjon for Denver.
That was a 30-point jam for I Am Payne.
Looks like we have an official timeout.
I'm sorry, 34 points.
34-point jam for I Am Payne. Thank you for the clarification, Kool-Aid. Monster jam for Charm City.
That is the biggest point scoring jam I've ever seen in my career. Very impressive jam by I Am Payne, the workhorse for Charm City. Things riding on her shoulders in this first half here. As we get things sorted out, we'd like to thank Green Monster Roller Sports. If you're skating on some junk, it's not from Green Monster. GreenMonster.com, no vowels. Green Monster.
Green Monster. All right, so we've had 8 jams so far. DRD has been lead jammer in 7, but that still has not stopped Charm City from putting on points. It has been the penalties, which we will constantly say all weekend. will be an issue. When you're playing at this high of a level, that's what the story is. You can't keep your folks out of the box.
That's been a big story for Charm City this year, as they have reduced their penalties from previous years. They are less penalty prone this year, and if they can keep that up, they got a chance here. So here we go. Cruella de Vil for Charm City in yellow.
Looks like Charm City lost a blocker to the box, so it's 2-on-2 out there. Nice wall of yellow in the back. Ranjan threw around the outside, but she got pushed back, and now we have a penalty on Cruella de Vil. Looks like illegal procedure, and Ranjan is through, but not lead. We're going to go a full 2 minutes minor cut on Ranjan.
So Denver with the power jam here. Only 2 blockers out there for Charm City. Ray Zhang does get ridden to the outside, but he's got 1 blocker to beat. Nice move by Ray Zhang to the inside. 4 points.
She had big hit there by Akers and Rivas on Yuvetta Work.
A no pass, no point for Ray Zhang in that pass. And here she comes on her second scoring pass.
Oh, good offense there by Rivas. Pushed hard by Yuvetta Work, but Ranjan threw 5 points. Denver now retakes the lead, 56 over Charms 52.
Everyone's standing in the penalty box. We're going to get a jailbreak in a second. Ray Zhang does get through the pack one more time. 5-point grand slam.
All right, now Charm has a full complement of blockers on the track. Ranjan, actually, no, Yuvetta Work to the box for Charm City. And Ranjan threw another 5 points for Denver, and now Rivas to the box for Denver as well.
The jammer for Charm City just stands in the penalty box, so one more crack at the pack here for Denver.
Yeah, we've got a 30 seconds left in this jam. Ranjan now through. Here comes Cruella de Vil on the outside. She'll try to get in so she can put some points on the board as well. And she is through. That's her initial pass for Charm City.
So we'll likely see one more little crack here for Rajon. Trying to move to the outside. Gets ridden out of bounds by number 9, Vicky Cruz. I'm sorry.
That's number 5, I think, Sage. All right, looks like 4 points there picked up by Cruella de Vil and 4 points there for Ranjan. 3 seconds left in this jam. We'll see if Cruella can put some more points on the board for Charm City. All right, no points there for Denver on that pass. No points for Charm City. Once again, you are watching the first bout of the WFTDA Grits and Glory Championship Tournament. Denver 75, Charm City 56, 16 minutes and 30 seconds left. Denver in blue, Charm City in yellow.
We're gonna get our first look. I think we have a timeout here as Mr. Pistol having some words with our referee crew, the head coach of Charm City.
So it's like no timeout there. Allie be back there on the line for the first time tonight up against Heather Juska, and she is through. Lee Jammer, Denver.
Allie be back, still caught up in the pack, trying to muscle her way through. She gets ridden to the infield.
Nice blocking up front by Long and Cruz. Oh, and Juska takes a big hit from holding grudges, but manages, that's Ochit, manages to stay on her feet.
Allie be back, able to get through the pack for Charm City. But here comes Juska on another scoring pass. Clear move on the outside, not much contested. Able to get through, calls off the jam.
Looks like Cruz went to the box right before the jam ended and not see the infraction. Probably a forearm. Denver 84, Charm City 56, 15 minutes and 30 seconds left in this period.
We'd like to thank Printco Graphics, your league's printing and promotional needs. Hit them up at printcographics.com.
All right, Cruella de Vil for Charm City on the jam line up against Sharpless, number 719 for Denver. 3-2 pack favoring Charm City. Denver again in the box.
The jammers are released into the scrum. Sharpless makes a move to the inside, able to get through for lead jammer status for Denver.
And Cruella de Vil is out as well.
About a third of a track behind her.
Penalty now on a Charm City blocker. Sharpless through and she calls it.
And Denver loses a blocker as well. 4 points for Denver on that pass.
Sarelson to the box for Denver. Free Radical to the box for Charm City. So it will be 2-on-2 in the pack.
We're gonna get our second look here at Allie B back for Charm City in yellow on the jammer line. Up against Julie Adams, the veteran for, I'm sorry, we're gonna get a jammer swap here. We're gonna see, is that Heather Juska? That is.
That is correct. Adams might be sitting on 3. That's why they took her out. All right, so we have no blockers took a knee. Ergo, we have no jam whistle.
So the jam has begun. We're 10 seconds in, and it's looking like it might take a little contact here. Okay, we're going to establish the pack speed from Charm City. and I Am Pain will get us going.
I Am Pain in the pack. Very effective in the pack. Through lead jammer is Heather Juska. Allie B back out as well. Pass, no penalty assessed.
Juska with a quick outside move. She gets 3 points. I'm sorry, 3 points for Charm City as well.
Score for Denver. All right.
I think it was 4 for Denver.
Okay. Denver 88, Charm City 56, 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Sorry, Denver 92, Charm City 59, 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in this period.
We'd like to thank Iron Doll Clothing, custom uniforms for the Modern Roller Girl and referee, lifting and separating since 2009.
Once again, Denver in the blue and silver, Charm in the yellow and black. Cruella DeVille out quickly, lead jammer, Charm City. That's Julie Adams out there working her way around the outside. She is through as well for Denver.
There's only one blocker at the start of that jam for Denver, so that allowed Charm City to get their jammer through, as now Cruella DeVille on her scoring pass, trying to juke her way through, gets through the pack, calls it off. Did she do it so in time? Yes, 4-0 in favor of Charm, bringing our score to 92 Denver, 64 Charm City.
That is only the second lead jammer call for Charm, but they are making a go of it. Denver 92, Charm City 64, 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the jam. Sharpless for Denver up against...
It's number 777. I think that's Trixie Von Doom. She doesn't get a lot of times wearing the Jammer Star, but when she does, she scores points. She only had 14 jams in the playoffs, but she scored 7.5 points per jam during the playoffs.
105 points total. Nice work. Okay, Sharpless now through the inside. Lead jammer Denver. Trixie Von Doom stuck behind a wall of Rivas and Quigley. Sharpless already coming back for her scoring pass. 2 blockers on Trixie, and now she's through on the inside, eligible to score for Charm City. Sharpless rotated all the way back, and she calls the jam. See if she picked up any points. 4. She picked up all 4 points, so it's a wise call off by the Mile High Club.
A little more aggression getting to the jammer line from the blockers, as Denver seated closer to the jammer line, able to get that back wall.
All right, once again, Denver 96, Charm City 64, 11 minutes and 35 seconds left in the period. Juska, number 303 for Denver, jamming against Cruella DeVille, number 101 for Charm City. 3-on-3 in the pack. We've had at least one blocker in the pack for the last several jams.
The Denver blocker is standing in the box.
Sorry, in the box, not in the pack. Of course,
Yes.
There's blockers in the pack.
Yes.
Oh, nice blocking by Carson, forces Cruella DeVille to the inside. Heather Juska still not out, and looks like she's got 1 to beat, and we have a penalty on, is that Ochit to the box?
Yes, it is. And here's another scoring chance for Denver. On the outside,
good.
not much opposition there for Heather Juska.
Oh, wow. Saracen with a nice block from Cruella DeVille. Cruz swings and a miss, but she gets pushed out, and let's see if the bridge will work. The bridge will hold, and Heather Juska picks up all the points.
Nice move to the outside for Juska. She looks at her bench, calls off the jam before Charm City can score and get to the pack. So another 4 points for Denver, bringing our total to 104 Denver, 64 Charm City, 105 Denver, sorry.
So Mumble, I remember the day, and I've mentioned this on broadcast before, when the 30 seconds between jams was a detente between the two teams, and they would kind of hang out, maybe have a dance party. Now it's total stink eye if you get in my way, if you don't get to the line, if you touch me. That's kind of what's happening. So we have intensity throughout the entirety of the game.
Yes, expect intensity throughout the entirety of every game here this weekend. As Allie B back its lead jammer status for Charm City in yellow. Only the 3rd lead jammer status, I believe, for Charm City in this game. So let's see what Allie B back can do here as Denver gets their jammer through as well.
Allie, tell you what, Charm City has taken clear advantage of penalty problems that Denver has had.
Here comes Julie Adams for Denver, the jammer. She hits the pack, but did she score any points? So 2 points Denver, 3 points Charm City. A little bit of a late call off, but Allie back trying to trust her defense, trying to get some points on the board. 107 Denver, 67 Charm City.
All right, Trixie Von Doom jamming for Charm City. Number 777 up against 719, Amanda Sharpless. Sorry, looks like just 2 blockers in the pack for Denver, 3 for Charm City.
Charm City on a knee here. They got the back line this time.
Sarelson and Akers now only blockers. Trixie Von Doom pushing hard. And same thing with Sharpless. She's pushing hard at the front. And she is through lead jammer Denver despite only having 2 blockers on the track.
Nice muscle by Sharpless, able to muscle her way through as Trixie Von Doom clears as well. She's just she's just over a half track behind.
All right, Charm City now has a full complement of blockers. And Sharpless calls it. Let's see how many she picked up. 3 points there for Denver.
And Denver quickly gets to the line. However, they only have 2 blockers on the track. So 4-2 in favor of the pack right now for Charm City. So that gives Charm City the back wall here. It's going to be Cruella DeVille out there for Charm City in yellow. And that is Heather Juska for the Denver Roller Dolls.
Once again, Denver in blue, Charm City in yellow, here on a beautiful day at the Georgia World Congress Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, Heather Juska with a nice move. She is through lead jammer. And looks like we have a major cut penalty on Rivas. She'll head to the box for Denver.
Cruella DeVille just about a half track behind Juska. Juska's making a move to the inside. She's got 1 blocker to beat. Can she do it? Cruella DeVille, did she score points? She was in the pack. She did not score points, so 3 points Denver, 0 points Charm City, bringing us to 113 for Denver, 67 Charm City, 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in this first half of play in this first game of the WFTDA Championships.
Once again, if you'd like to talk to the announcers and talk to WFTDA on the Twitters, hashtag talk the number 2 WFTDA or hashtag WFTDA champs. All right, 2-on-2 in the pack. Diet Pack, Allie B back jamming for Charm City. Julie Adams jamming for the Mile High Club. So this would be a wise time for jammers to play a little bit of jammer defense. Would it not, Mumble?
It can, but they don't appear to be doing that as Julie Adams stretching out the pack gets lead jammer status for Denver as Allie B back still held up by, I believe, a 3 wall from Denver.
All right, nice wall now by Denver. Big hit by Akers. And then Adams trips over her own blocker.
Akers laid the hit, and then Julie Adams tumbled over her as Allie B back clears the pack, but Julie Adams on a scoring pass, able to get through. She calls off the jam immediately as she clears, and we'll wait for the points from the referee. The Shoveler, I believe, is our jammer ref for Denver. It's clarifying the points, and 5-point grand slam.
All right, Denver now 118, Charm City 67, 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Once again, Denver in blue, Charm City in yellow. Cruella DeVille jamming for Charm City up against Ranjon for Denver. 3-on-2, pack advantage to the Mile High Club. All right, so again, we've had pretty much 1 or 2 blockers in the box the entirety of this bout. Ranjon pushing on a 2 wall of yellow up front.
Quick feet from Ranjon. Just quick lateral movement by Ranjon, finding the hole, able to get through. Lead jammer status, Denver.
All right, Denver overcommits to the outside. Cruella DeVille out, but she picked up a minor forearm as well. And Ranjon calls it. Let's see what she picked up. So far in 20 jams, Charm still with only 2 lead jammer calls, capitalizing the most when they've had penalties on the Denver side, and they've gone a full 2 minutes. So Denver now with a full pack versus a 2-pack for Charm City. I'll be back jamming for Charm City. Heather Juska for Denver.
We're about to start here. Denver has the back line. They are on a knee, and we begin here. Juska fighting the 2 wall at the front, trying to push out that pack. Able to get through, lead jammer, Heather Juska, Denver.
Seeing a stat here, the last 10 jams, Charm City has only scored 11 points. Wow, nice hit by Akers, and as she heads to the box, major cut penalty on Allie B back. Power jam for the Mile High Club.
This could be deadly here for Denver as the pack barely moving at all. Heather Juska roaring her way around the pack, up to the pack.
It looks like 4th minor on Cruz. She'll head to the box for Denver. Heather Juska pushing hard on that wall. Oh, nice block up front. Cannot see the number.
That's AA battery operated.
Yep. So they are not making this easy for Juska, taking hits back and forth in the pack. And Juska calls it. 4th minor assessed to a Charm City blocker that is battery operated for Baltimore.
So the Power Jam is going to continue into the next jam. Now we got some great WFTDA merch. Get your tournament merchandise for all the 4 2012 region playoffs and the championship on WFTDA. Check out WFTDA.com to get your merch.
All right, score Denver 132, Charm City 67, 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first period. Once again, Denver in the silver and blue, Charm in the yellow and black. Oh, working past Yvette Work is Sharpless. She is through lead jammer Denver. Yvette Work, Colleen Best, and number 45, Quick Shot Kitty out there for Charm City during this power jam for Denver. Denver now with a little bit of the patient offense. Quick Shot Kitty pushing on her in the reverse direction. Takes
nice
a
block.
hit.
Quick Shot Kitty with a very nice block, riding her, recycling all the way to the back. We're getting Allie B back, the jammer for Charm City, back onto the track out of the penalty box, but through the pack for 5 points, Denver.
All right, Allie B back, pushing hard on that wall. Looks like Cruz is coming back into the pack for Denver. SH Long pushing hard on Allie B back, tries to hold her, and she is out for Charm City, now eligible to score. Sharpless through and called the jam for 4 more points for the Mile High Club. All right, Denver sitting at 141, Charm City at 67, 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in this first period. Denver now putting on the gas after a brief moment where Charm picked up the lead due to some penalties.
This is the first time we've seen I.M. Payne take the jammer star for a while here for Charm City. She had the big 34-point jam for Charm City. She's up against Julie Adams for Denver in blue and silver.
All right, 4-3 pack advantage for the Mile High Club. I.M. Payne fighting hard, pushing on Akers, and Adams through lead jammer Denver.
Very aggressive defense here for Denver, controlling the front of the pack. But
a little bit of offense there by Free Radical. Almost gets her out, and now I.M. Payne, ooh, she stays on her feet, and she is through for Charm City. Adams calls a jam after she picked up 4 more points. So Denver now 145, Charm City 67, 1 minute and 43 seconds left.
That was the first time in 16 jams that we had seen I.M. Payne, usually the workhorse for Charm City. Spent some time on the bench. Perhaps she had a third minor, I'm not sure.
She's very effective in the pack as well for Charm City, yes. But you can see how effective she is on the jam line. If I was Charm City, she'd be on that jam line a lot more.
We might see her more as we're coming up on the halftime here. 1:22 left in this half. 145 to 67 in favor of Denver. This jam underway. Corolla DeVille out there for Charm City.
That is Ranjan out there for Denver. Once again, wall of yellow in the front, wall of blue in the back. And Ranjan is through lead jammer Denver. It looks like Sage picked up a penalty for the Mile High Club. Saunters to the box. And it looks like Carson as well picking up a penalty for Denver.
Corolla DeVille about a half track behind. Wow,
oh
Ranjan
stays on her feet. 4 points for Ranjan. You may know her as Francie Pants. Great jam.
You see her there, very happy with that maneuver through the pack. Number 24 of Denver.
Charm City picks up the advantage here. They've got 4 on the track. Denver only has 2. Denver 149, Charm City 67. 30 seconds left in this period.
And here we see I.M. Payne once again for Charm City up against Heather Juska. 11 jams without points for Charm City. I.M. Payne, their lead point scorer, but Heather Juska able to get right through that pack. Lead jammer, Denver. I.M. Payne about a half track behind, able to clear as well.
Looks like a major cut penalty on the Charm City blocker. Did not see the name.
Juska right through the pack for points for Denver. She waits a second, calls off the jam before I.M. Payne can reach the pack. 4 more points for Denver as we reach the half. We're looking at a score of 153 for Denver, 67 for Charm City from Baltimore, Maryland.
All right, you can see there that Denver made the adjustment. Looks like they looked at the penalties, they looked at their jammers, and Charm City also making an adjustment, but maybe in the wrong direction as far as putting I.M. Payne in the pack instead of using her as a jammer. Very effective jammer when they've actually had lead jammer or when they've had a penalty assessed to Denver. Otherwise, though, 11 jams, now 12 jams without any points for Charm City.
Denver has just had an onslaught of two really great jammers. Many great jammers, but specifically Rajon and Juska. 53 points for Rajon and 52 points for Heather Juska. and then Julie Adams and Sharpless making up the rest of the points there.
Charm City, on the Charm City side, I Am Pain with the bulk of the work, despite not jamming in 16 jams. 38 points for I Am Pain, Corolla DeVille with 22.
So 34 of those 38 points in one jam. So big jam there, giving some life here for Charm City. But in 28 jams, 25 of those, lead jammer went to Denver. So they've been really getting it through, really able to get their jammers through. Very agile jammers in Juska and Francie Pants.
They are skating great.
Welcome back to the action here in Atlanta, Georgia at the 2012 WFTDA Championships. Grits and Glory is the name of the tournament, and you are watching the match between the Denver Roller Dolls and the Charm City Roller Girls out of Baltimore, Maryland.
So I'm joined here by Brian Mumble. I am Joe Mama. Talk a little bit about penalties. In fact, both teams, they've been in the box a lot. However, it's been spread out amongst the entire team. No one person has more than 3 penalties. In fact, Sage, the only person on the Denver team with 3 penalties, and sitting with 3 for Charm is Quick Shot Kitty. Actually, Free Radical does have 4 trips to the box. So you'd expect 4 trips. You'd expect a bout of this importance, of this magnitude, to have some penalties. But again, nothing out of control. No one's in with 5 or 6 at the end of the first half, Mumble.
No, not a lot of penalty troubles, except for Free Radical there for Charm City. We're looking at 153 to 67 in favor of Denver. And Charm City scored most of their points on the power jam. So as long as Denver can keep their jammers out of the penalty box, they're looking pretty good.
Right. Denver has 2 trips to the box for their jammer, both of those on Julie Adams and Charm City. I Am Pain went to the box. Corolla DeVille went to the box, looks like twice, and Ali be back to the box once for Denver. Denver, a bit of a scare there where Charm City took the lead with a huge jam by I Am Pain.
And it was 32 points.
In the 8th jam.
Yeah, okay. I reported 34, but it's 32.
But you can see there that Denver, after that, has locked it down. And over the course of the last few jams, Charm City only put, looks like 17 points on the board total. So it's been a bit of a slog for them at this point.
We're getting our final equipment checks here going for the teams as they're about to re-enter play in the second half of play in our first match of the WFTDA Championships. The next match coming up at 4 o'clock is the Minnesota Roller Girls from St. Paul, Minnesota, and the KC Roller Warriors out of Kansas City, Missouri.
That is going to be fun. And I tell you what, all of these bouts are fun. Again, we've had the 4 tournaments over the last month and a half, and we are getting into the action here, hot and heavy in the Dirty South. Really loving Atlanta, loving the Southern hospitality, and completely enjoying the heck out of this city.
We'd like to thank some of the partners of the WFTDA: Fast Girl Skates, Sisu Mouthguards, 5on5, Derby Skins, 5 Strides Skate Shop, Sin City Skates, Cruise Skate Shop, Blood and Thunder Magazine, S1 Helmets, Wicked Skatewear, Bont Boots, Vanilla Skates, and Derby for All. Thanks for all your support to the WFTDA.
Looks like we're going to start a little bit small in the pack. 2 blockers each for Charm City and for Denver. And it appears that I Am Pain will be the jammer for, maybe I'm wrong. Is it just 2? Is it 3? Is it all of Denver?
All of Denver is taking the jammer line right now. They're going to line up. Give a little cheer here before they get going.
That was almost Haka-like, if you've ever watched rugby and the New Zealand All Blacks. A little bit, maybe intimidation, maybe just, hey, we're on the track too.
You see Holly Go Hardley out there for Charm City, out with injury, one of the core members of Charm City of Baltimore. Bench coaching today, big loss for them. But here we go, we're about to start. I Am Pain jamming for Charm City, and that's Rajon for Denver.
All right, Holden Grudges and Battery Operator, the only 2 blockers out there for Charm City, and looks like Long and Quigley, only 2 blockers out there for Denver. Ranjon through lead jammer, but I Am Pain just about 40 feet behind, and Ranjon calls it. Looks like 4 points before Charm City could pick up any. Charm City now has picked up the jammer side bench, so they're going to be doing their best to sprint to the line as well. Denver 157, Charm City 67, 29 minutes and 30 seconds, a very short jam. Once again, Denver in the navy and silver, Charm in the yellow and black.
Cruella DeVille, the jammer for Charm City right now, up against Heather Juska for Denver.
All right, once again, 2-on-2. That's Long and Akers, and looks like it's Ochit and number 45.
Heather Juska is your lead jammer here. Right on her tail is Cruella DeVille of Charm City. So Juska with a quick shot at the pack, making her way through. Cruella also hits the pack. Juska calls it off in time. No, 3 points. Denver, 0 points. Charm City, bringing our total 160 to Denver, 67 Charm City.
All right, that's a quick shot kitty to the box for Charm City.
I Am Pain getting right back in there. She just took one jam off. She's right back out there for Charm City up against Amanda Sharpless for Denver in blue and silver. Very small pack out there right now. Only one blocker for Denver.
And one blocker for Charm?
Yes. We got 2 blockers standing, of course. One from each team. Actually, 2 for Denver standing, 1 for Charm City.
Oh, my goodness.
Lead jammer. But right on our tail.
I Am Pain about 30 feet behind. Sharpless has got to be smart here. We'll see what she does.
Sharpless
She calls it, but I Am Pain was through. 3 points each for Charm City and for Denver. Score Denver 164, Charm City 70, 27 minutes and 50 seconds left in this period.
The jam, of course, ends on the 4th whistle. So I Am Pain able to just squeak in 3 quick points. You get ghost points as well. You get points for the blockers not in play or in the penalty box, as the case may be.
All right, 3-2 pack favoring the Mile High Club. Adams on the line for Denver. Cruella DeVille for Charm City. It's again Denver in blue and silver, Charm City in yellow and black.
Julia Adams makes a move to the outside, now contending with the 2-wall at the front of the pack, 3-wall at the back of the pack. So far, walls are holding.
Free Radical with a nice job playing O on for her jammer. And Adams is through. Lead jammer Denver to the box is battery operated for Charm City.
Patient offense here for Charm City, but Rivas, nice blocker, but she's going to the box for it. Cruella DeVille able to clear the packs, but Julia Adams gets through on her scoring pass. 4 points. 4 points for Denver. Still has a chance to get the jammer lap point. Julia Adams trying to close.
Denver now looking to protect points here. Adams looking to get that 1 point. Did not pick it up there, but ate up a bunch of time, so maybe some of her blockers can get back into action. Denver 168, Charm City 70, 26 minutes and 38 seconds left in the period.
We'd like to thank Rydell Skates. Design your dream skates with Rydell's exclusive Color Lab custom color program at roller.rydellskates.com.
Once again, if you are into technology, and who doesn't love technology, come talk to us on the Twitters at hashtag #2 WFTDA or hashtag WFTDA champs.
We're going to get a timeout here, an official timeout. Mr. Pistol, the bench coach from Charm City, was just in the middle of the track. I think he may have induced this official timeout here, getting things straightened out from our ref crew.
All right, now penalties seem to be adding up for both squads. Denver showing more skaters with 2 penalties. Sage still the only one with 3. And Charm City, more skaters with 3. And looks like Free Radical still sitting at 4. And Quick Shot City, Kitty sitting at 4. So you're tuned in to WFTDA.tv. Thank you for tuning in and watching the 2012 WFTDA Championships here at the Georgia World Congress Center in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. It is wonderful this time of year, isn't it, Mumble, coming from the north?
It certainly is. It's a few degrees warmer here in Atlanta than it is at home in Chicago. So
much love to all the folks on the East Coast. If you endured Hurricane Sandy, our hearts go out to you from Atlanta. Thank you very much for tuning in if you are tuning in. And, you've got quite a few great representatives here from the East, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Gotham. So you've got lots to cheer for here despite the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy.
And it looks like we're about straightened out here. We're going to get the word on what the delay was in just a second, but we're about ready to go. It's going to be I Am Pain for Charm City and Ray Jean for Denver.
The Akers blocking for the Denver Roller Dolls is serving 2 minutes in the box. From our penalty ref, she was given a major and 4 minors.
And Ray Jean very quickly to the inside gets lead jammer for Denver. Thank you, Kool-Aid, for that input on the delay.
All right, I Am Pain now out about a half lap behind Ranjon. Nice offense there by by Quigley, and she is through, calls the jam. 4 points for Denver, no points for Charm City.
What a quick move to the outside for Rejean. Such an agile skater. Very quick move to get through that pack. She looks happy with herself there. As Heather Juska now takes the line for Denver.
All right, Corolla DeVille for Charm City. Denver 172, Charm City 70, 25 minutes and 35 seconds left in the period.
I believe I see only 2 blockers apiece out there for each team. As both jammers hit the pack, trying to scrum through. And lead jammer for Charm City. Cruella able to get through for lead jammer status. Half track behind is Juska.
It's like Saracen to the box and Free Radical to the box for Charm City.
Only 1 blocker apiece on the track right now. As Corolla DeVille able to get through the pack. Let's see, 0 points. She did not get the legal pass. No pass, no point on the lone blocker.
That is a bummer.
That is a bummer. So
wow, that is a huge bummer.
If she would have passed 1 blocker, she would have got 4 points because you get 1 point for the blocker and then all the ghost points for all the blockers out of play.
I got to say, that's great work by Long.
Yes.
Pushing her out of bounds and stepping out of bounds herself. That is either completely accidental or some super savvy derby play. But knowing the Mile High Club, I wouldn't put it past her.
I Am Payne using some muscle, getting through for lead jammer status for Baltimore. She is roaring around the track right now.
Sharpless almost out now. She is through for Denver. I Am Payne with just 2 blockers to beat. Already picked up the 1 point.
Looks like she got
points,
through.
Yep.
Calls it off. We'll see how many points. 4 points. 172 to 74 in favor of Denver over Charm City. 24 minutes left to play in this first match of the WFDA Championships.
Now that's just the second lead jammer call for Charm City in this half. So they need a lot more of those here if they're going to make up this deficit here. Denver almost up a century on Charm City. Ranjan now jamming for the Mile High Club up against Corolla DeVille for Charm City. 3-2 pack favoring Charm City.
Charm City needs a momentum swing here. Cruella trying to get that momentum here for Charm City, but Rejean, we got a lead jammer. It's for Charm City. Corolla DeVille did get lead jammer status. However, she's getting recycled back to the back of the pack.
Oh, nice offense there by Cruz, freeing Ranjan, and she is out. Corolla DeVille, though, still held back by Long and Cruz. Now just 1 to beat.
And she calls off the jam before Rejean can get back to the pack. So 0-0 in that jam. Corolla just got lead jammer status, got sucked back into the pack. But nice move by Rejean to get through the pack and kill some more clock as we wind down to 23 minutes in this one. 172-74 in favor of Denver.
All right, 3-2 pack favoring Charm City. That is I Am Payne out there for Charm City and number 19, Julie Adams. Big shout out to the crowd at Eden for the Denver Roller Dolls watch party. Thank you very much for tuning in to WFTDA.tv. Thank you, Chingy and Eden, for having that party there at your facility.
I Am Payne, the jammer for Charm City, trying to muscle her way through. Julie Adams dealing with a 3-wall at the back of the pack. Wall versus wall here. Which wall will hold? I Am Payne's got a run on the inside. Lead jammer, Charm City.
All right, Adams now with 1 to beat, and she is through. Bust by Free Radical, and she is about 25 feet behind I Am Payne. Denver now walling up in the back. Charm City walling up in the front.
I Am Payne hits the pack, but so does points for Denver there. 4 points for Julie Adams.
I Am Payne pushing hard on that pack. And she calls it just as Adams came through again. Let's see if she put any more points on the board.
So 0 points for Charm City in that one, and 1 more point for Denver, despite not getting lead jammer status. So a total of 5 points despite not getting lead jammer.
Again, Denver's still putting points on the board. 4th lead jam call in a row for Charm City, so they're showing some signs of life in terms of picking up lead jammer.
They do have a lot of ground to cover, down 103 points with 21 minutes, 35 seconds left to play. It's Allie B. back trying to keep the momentum going here for Charm City against Heather Juska, the powerhouse for Denver.
4-3 pack favoring Charm City. Heather Juska now fighting hard. Nice wall there by number 69. 63 holding grudges.
What great lateral movement for Juska. She gets through, however, she's not lead jammer. So Allie B. back once again gets lead jammer. 5 in a row here for Charm City. But Allie B. back's not calling it off right away. Let's see what she does here. Looks like she's gonna rely on her defense. She needs points. but Juska able to get right through that pack, score some points for Denver. 4 for Denver. Allie B back, now trying to get her points as well, but Juska's roaring around. She's going to get another crack at the pack.
Oh, nice push out there by James on Allie B back, and Juska around the outside, picked up 5 points, that jammer point as well.
So Allie B back, the lead jammer, still on her first scoring pass. 9 points already for Juska, who's not the lead jammer. So Allie B back calls it off. She got 2, so 9-2 in favor of Denver.
And I got to say a little bit of I think a mental error there on Charm City not calling it off. Charm City has had 5 lead jams and only 6 points net there. So you got to look at the stats there and think about, hey, if Denver's putting points on the board, we got to staunch the bleeding.
They do need some points though, so they're pushing it, and I give them credit for pushing it. I Am Payne going to try to push it some here. She is up against Sharpless for Denver.
I Am Payne through on the inside. Once again, Charm City lead jammer. Sharpless not through yet. Now on the inside, she is through. They are joined by Carson back on the track for Denver as Long heads to the box for Denver as well.
So only 2 blockers to beat for I Am Payne here on this pass. She's got just a few feet for Sharpless. Sharpless now in the pack as well. Both jammers in the pack on a scoring pass.
And quickly to the box for out of play major, it appears. Carson working on I Am Payne, and Sharpless is through.
Both jammers get a 4-point scoring pass, and now jammer on jammer action. I Am Payne and Sharpless tangling around the back stretch, and I Am Payne's going to call it off. So 4-4 in that jam. Good news for Denver, they're killing clock. 19 minutes, 14 seconds remain, 190-80 in favor of Denver.
Denver again in the blue and silver, Charm in the yellow and black, and Mr. Pistol, coach for Charm City, calls a timeout.
Denver's got to be feeling pretty comfortable here. They're killing clock. Charm City getting lead jammer, however, they're not getting points with those lead jammer statuses, as Denver's able to get their jammer out very quickly after the Charm City jammer. So as long as they can just hold off the big jams, Denver's going to be looking pretty good here.
Agreed. I think that's what hurt Denver was the power jams in the first half. So again, in those 6 jams that Charm had lead jammer, they have been outscored 18-10. So you need to think about that stat. You need to think about, you know, getting your points and calling the jam. You need time, but hoping for jammer penalties is going to hurt.
They do need points. They're pushing it, trying to get everything they can.
All right. Hey, big shout out to the Garden State Roller Girls out of New Jersey. Taking a break from hurricane cleanup, doing a great service out there. You guys are amazing. Watching the WFTDA championships out there in New Jersey. Appreciate your support, and again, our thoughts and our hearts are with you from Atlanta. So thank you for tuning in to WFTDA.tv.
190-80 in favor of Denver. Only 1 timeout remains for Charm City. 19 minutes, 5 seconds remain in this game.
All right, I Am Payne versus Ranjan, and Ranjan through first lead jammer in a while for Denver. Now quickly had to stay on the track because she is about to head to the box for Denver. So as soon as one of their blockers stands up, she'll head to the box. And I Am Payne still not through. Ranjan putting points on the board for the Mile High Club.
Ranjan's got 1 blocker to beat. I Am Payne playing defense, a little jammer defense. And Ranjan through on her scoring pass, racking up some points, 5 for Denver.
I Am Payne still in the pack. Great defense there by Sarelson.
I Am Payne, only 2 blockers out there for Denver. Charm City trying to isolate on Rivas, but Ranjan on another scoring pass here.
Ranjan manages to stay on her feet, just briefly touches her knee down to regain her balance, picks up another 5 points running through the pack.
Some out-of-play minors getting picked up, I believe, by Charm City, as Denver loses another blocker to the penalty box. So they've only got 1 blocker out there, but Ranjan still racking up points. I'm sorry, 2 blockers out there for Denver. Another 4 points for Ranjan.
Ranjan looking at her bench for the call. Denver content to kill some time here. They put up a bunch of points here. Ranjan with 4 more points on that pass. And she calls the jam right as a no pack was assessed.
So we're looking at 2:04-80 in favor of Denver. 17 minutes, 30 seconds remain in this one. And Heather Juska going to take the line here, and we're going to get For the first time today, we're going to get number 63, Holden Grudges, taking the Jammer Star. Some fresh legs for Charm City. Let's see what Holden Grudges can do here.
All right, Denver with only one blocker.
Two.
Well, looks like two. That's Rivas and Akers. Charm City with 3.
They have Ochit,
Oh, wait.
Quick Shot Kitty, and Uvetta Work. And we've got major track cut on Charm City. Juska going to try to rack up some points. She is not your lead jammer. However, she's through on the initial pass. Here comes Juska.
This will be a 2-minute jam as Juska hits that wall up front. Takes a tumble. Uvetta Work pushes her out, but she is through. 5 points, Heather Juska.
Akers goes to the box for Denver, so Rivas, the only blocker out there. Akers has to wait her turn. She'll come back around. Only 2 blockers can be sitting in the box at one time. Juska scoring points. 5 points so far for Denver in this one. We're going to have to do some math as Juska's coming around again for a second scoring pass. The pack moving in reverse slightly.
Juska now hits that wall of yellow up front. Denver, again, patient offense at the back. Uvetta Work doing a great job holding her back, but she is through. Another 5 points for the Mile High Club.
That's 10 so far. Denver gains a blocker in S.H. Long. And here comes Juska on her 3rd scoring pass of this jam. And a major penalty on Rivas for Denver. So still only 2 blockers for Denver. Charm City gains their 4th blocker. Juska gets ridden out of bounds to the outside. The pack moving in reverse. Juska taking her time to get back onto the track. As Holden Grudges, the jammer for Charm City, comes out of the penalty box. Looking at her initial pass.
Looks like Quigley now back in the mix with her eye on Holden Grudges, and she knocks her down but falls out of bounds. So pass no penalty assessed to her. Holden Grudges now hitting a wall of schlong.
Holden Grudges gets through on her initial pass. Juska gets through on a scoring pass. 5 points for her. And it looks like she's going to kill some clock. Holden Grudges on a scoring pass here. Juska is going to let things go.
Looks like 4 points there for Holden Grudges on that pass.
Corolla
Very small
DeVille
pack.
goes to the box, and that's going to end the jam there. A big block from Uvetta Work from Charm City, ending that jam, taking out Juska, and I believe Juska called it off. Was it the full 2 minutes in that one?
It was, yes.
Aha.
Denver 224, Charm City 84, 14 minutes and 45 seconds left in this bout. Big shout out to the Australian leagues that are watching. What's up, Southside Derby Dolls? Thank you for watching all the way down in Oceania. All right, it is Lady Kaboom for the first time today, jamming for Charm City up against Sharpless. She's fighting hard against that wall of blue up front. And Charm City doing a great job at the back of the pack holding Sharpless, but she is through. Lead jammer Denver.
Kaboom right on her tail, and Kaboom goes down on the home stretch. And the pack moving at a slow pace here. Here comes Sharpless around the outside, able to get through, calls off the jam after scoring 4 points before Kaboom can reach the pack.
All right, Denver now with another 4 points, 228 Denver, 84 Charm City, 13 minutes and 55 seconds left in this bout. Mile High Club in blue and silver, Charm City in yellow.
Julie Adams going to take an intentional 4th minor, usually a jammer here for Denver, lines up as a blocker behind the jammer line. She's going to take the intentional 4th minor because she does not want to have 3 minors as she jams.
And this is the last time we'll talk about that.
This tournament will be the last time.
Yes, sir.
As we get the rule change next year. And we got a timeout here. Rajon staying warm, almost skating halfway around the track in the reverse direction.
Looks like we're going to start up again. Adams with a little flourish there, making sure the refs notice her.
Was she a figure skater? She did a figure skater move right there.
I think it was hockey.
A little Lutz, perhaps they call that.
All right, so far in this period, Denver has scored 74 points to Charm's 17, so really opening up the throttle for the Mile High Club. Ranjan through, but it looks like illegal procedure. She will go to the box. Major penalty, Denver.
So I Am Pain with a little bit of life here. See what she can do. She's getting held up right now.
Oh, by Sarelson, but that was illegal as they send her to the box. Denver with some nice recycling on I Am Pain.
Only 2 blockers out there for Denver, but they held off the jammer for a while for Charm City. I Am Pain, lead jammer now for Charm City.
Looks like fourth minor called on Sage for Denver. So one blocker, that's Carson out there by her lonesome. She cannot hope to compete with the agility of a full speed jammer coming at her. Very, very tough for anyone.
So one blocker out there, 2 scoring passes already for I Am Payne. That's 10 thus far. And it's going to be 4 on 2 in the pack.
Oh, Sage tried to push Carson into I Am Payne, but she slides through on the inside. 5 points for Charm City.
I believe Sage is waiting her turn to go to the penalty box, if I'm not mistaken. And then there she goes. She goes to the penalty box now. Only 2 blockers can be sitting in the box at one time. I Am Payne through again. I believe that's 20 so far as Denver gets their jammer back. Réjean through.
Adams now kind of showing her mettle a little bit as a blocker. As I Am Payne will hit that wall of Carson and Adams, and she calls it right as Réjean hit the pack. Looks like Réjean picked up 1 point, but a big jam for Charm City.
I do believe that was a 24-point jam for Charm City, crossing the century mark there at 108. Denver, however, at 229 with 11:45 left in this matchup.
All right, a nice stat here. Charm in 14 jams, they scored 17 points, and in this last jam, 24. So really taking advantage of the jammer penalties on the Mile High Club side, but you know, despite having lead jammer, they're having some difficulty putting points on the board.
Allie B back, took an intentional 4th minor for Charm City. She'll take a seat.
That's Corella DeVille out there for Charm City versus Amanda Sharpless for Denver. And Corella DeVille through lead jammer, Charm City. Sharpless still stuck behind that nice wall of yellow that Charm City is putting together.
The pack moving forward slowly here as Corella DeVille now engages the pack on her scoring pass. Rivas holding her off right now at the back of the pack.
All right, now Free Radical pushing Rivas to the back, trying to goad her.
And Corella DeVille's got just a couple more to beat. She has to call off the jam as Sharpless was roaring her way around. So 3 points there for Charm City, bringing their total to 111. Denver, however, 229. 10 minutes, 38 seconds remain in this game.
All right, you're watching the 2012 WFTDA Championships Grits and Glory at the Georgia World Congress Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for tuning in at WFTDA.tv. Jamming again for Charm City. Looks like Holden Grudges, number 63 versus number 19 for Denver, Julie Adams. 3 on 3 in the pack.
And a scrum start once again. Julie Adams muscling her way. She gets held up by number 45, Quick Shot Kitty of Charm City. Holden Grudges, lead jammer for Charm City.
Adams stuck behind. Looks like heading to the box for Charm City is one of their blockers. It's Quick Shot Kitty.
Low
Adams now
major
to the box.
on Julie Adams. So it's a power jam for Holden Grudges. Julie Adams was clearing the pack, and I think she connected skates with one of the blockers for Charm City, sending Julie Adams to the box. So Holden Grudges with the war paint on, getting through on her scoring pass. It's a 5-point grand slam so far for Charm City. The pack moving in reverse direction. Patient offense, Charm City. 3 blockers out there for Denver. Right now holding against Holden Grudges. They're stopped right in front of the jammer line. And Holden Grudges able to find some room, get through on the outside. 10 points so far for Holden Grudges.
Barrett could not contain Holden Grudges, and now Charm City spread out. Denver's got a bridge here at 10 feet. Pushed out by Long, and Sage heads back as well. Now we have Colleen Best up front trying to, and defining the pack up at the front as well.
The pack not moving much. It's still around the jammer line. And Holden Grudge is going to call off the jam. Did she do so? Yes, she did so before Julie Adams came out of the penalty box. So we will extend the power jam into the next jam. Why don't we think Radar Wheels? Thank you, Radar Wheels. Tired of sliding through slippery corners? Try the new Radar Villain Wheels. Good times.
All right, Denver 229. Charm inching their way back into it. 1:30, 8 minutes and 28 seconds left in the period. They will start this briefly in a power jam. Adams is standing up in the box for Denver. 4 on 4. In the pack, though. How about that,
It's
Mumble?
been a while since we've seen a full pack as Charm City retreats their blockers into a patient offense. They all went behind the jammer line. And now, since this jam has started, it's gone in a reverse direction. They're behind the jammer line. And Julie Adams comes out of the penalty box for Denver. So both jammers back on the track. We have yet to cross the pivot line.
Oh, Adams out of the penalty box, and lead jammer Denver. Denver really showing their ability to recycle and work as a team as they move back to recycle Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil clears. Julie Adams back in the pack on our scoring pass. We crossed the pivot line for the first time in this jam. And Julie Adams through 4 points for Denver. Julie Adams looking to extend the clock as much as she can. She calls it off before Charm City can reach the pack. 2:33 in favor of Denver over 1:30 for Charm City. 7:23 remain. We'd like to thank Adam Wheels. Check out the Pilot F16 plate system. Pick your price and performance. Brought to you by Adam Wheels.
All right, Ali be back on the line for Charm City. And look, we have 5-on-4 on the floor. Open the door, everyone walk the dinosaur. This is a roller derby like it was intended to be.
Well, we're going to get a timeout first. We're going to get a little timeout here. Someone has to go to the box, so we're not going to get a full.
Aww.
We almost had both teams with a full contingency, but I believe Akers just had to sit down in the sin bin for Denver.
Sad trombone. All right, big shout out to everyone watching in Anchorage, Alaska. Thank you for tuning in to WFTDA.tv. New Jersey, Denver, Anchorage, Alaska, Australia. No shortage of interesting places where roller derby is being played and where roller derby is being watched right now.
7:01 remain on the clock. 2:33, 1:30 in favor of Denver. Ali be back versus. I'm sorry, I didn't see the jammer.
It is Sharpless for Denver.
Sharpless.
Oh, head into the box there. You've got to work for Charm City, and another blocker from Charm City. It's Colleen Best. Lead jammer is Sharpless.
She looks fairly casual right now. She's not charging towards the pack. Just kind of kill some clock here.
It's Friday. Casual Friday.
As Ali be back cleared the pack as well.
Casual Jam Friday.
Let's see. So 0-0 in that one. She just extended the jam as much as she could. Mr. Pistol wanted points for Charm City. He's the bench coach of Charm City, yelling at the referees. He wants points.
Denver
2:33. Go ahead.
Denver 2:33. Charm City 1:36 minutes and 8 seconds left in this bout. Now 3-on-2 pack favoring the Mile High Club.
Cruella de Vil for Charm City in yellow. Julie Adams in the silver shorts with blue. And we're underway here.
Scott Free with a little discussion from the Denver bench to the infield. Denver wall of blue in the back, Charm wall of yellow up front.
Julie Adams able to get through lead jammer status for Denver. 5:40 remain on the clock. 2:33, 1:30 in favor of Denver. 1:40 remains in this jam. We'll see how much Julie Adams can extend it here.
Big hit on Julie Adams, sends her to the infield. She has to recycle, get to the back of the pack. Looks like Sarelson now to the box for Denver.
Cruella de Vil did clear the pack for Charm City. She's about a half track behind Julie Adams, who just cleared the pack on her scoring pass, 5 points. Julie Adams, and she calls off the jam right before Cruella de Vil can score. We're looking at 5 minutes, 10 seconds remain, 2:38 to 1:30 in favor of Denver. One timeout remains for Charm City. Sharpless, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to talk about penalties a little bit. Jess Rivas now for Denver with 5, S.H. Long with 5, and some other skaters here picked up 4. Quick Shot Kitty on the Charm City bench with 6, and Free Radical with 6 as well.
And we're going to get a timeout. This been a lot of points scored here for Denver in this game. 2:38 to 1:30. An impressive showing here for Denver. 85 points for Heather Juska. Ranjon gets 76 points. Julie Adams with 46. And Sharpless with 31.
All right, very small pack for Charm City. One blocker out there. It's just I Am Pain, and Ali be back out there by her lonesome. And lead jammer, that is Sharpless for Denver. Ali be back hitting that wall of blue up front. You've got to work back in the mix for Charm City. Colleen Best as well.
So here comes Sharpless on her scoring pass now. Kind of a scrum grinding pack right now. The wall at the front holds for Denver, allowing Sharpless to get through on her scoring pass, and she's going to go for more 4 points there for Sharpless.
Looks like a clockwise block major knocked down the jammer. It was Sage.
Ali B back clears for Charm City, but Sharpless gets through another scoring pass, looking kind of casual now. She got another 4 points waiting, and then she calls off the jam. Did Ali B back score? She did. She got 3 points.
And And Uvetta Work back to the box for Charm City, and looks like Rivas now to the box as well for the Mile High Club.
3 minutes 45 seconds remains. 2:46 to 1:33 in favor of Denver. Cruella DeVille versus Quigley for the first time wearing the Jammer Star for Denver.
2-on-2 in the pack.
Charm City on the knee in the pack. Quigley makes a move to the outside. Cruella DeVille playing defense, the jammer for Charm City. And Quigley's back and forth she goes. She gets through. Lead jammer status, Quigley, but right on her tail is Cruella DeVille. Quigley looking to play a little defense, but now casual as Cruella passes her, so Quigley looking a little casual here, killing some time. But Cruella doesn't look... Okay, Quigley's gonna call it off. Cruella took a moment, looked at her bench. As we're looking at 2:53 remaining. 2:46 to 1:33 in favor of Denver.
All right, we've got a 3-on-3 in the pack. Sorry, yep, it is 3-on-3. Allie be back jamming for Charm City. Adams once again for the Mile High Club. Sorry, it's 3-on-2.
In favor of Charm. And we're about ready to go here in this jam.
Hey, big shout out to Norway's first
Charm
apprentice
City
league.
tried to swap blockers at the last second, but didn't do so in time, so they're going to be a blocker down the whole time. They've only got one blocker on the track right now, but Allie Back does get lead jammer status for Charm City, so it's not going to be too damaging for Charm City.
Oh, and a nice move by Adams to spin around, stay on her feet. Looks like Allie Back adjusting her skates. Oh, and through, picked up the points. Let's see if, Denver also picked up 4-4 jam, so 4-3. Was it 4-3 or 4-4?
I think it was 4-4. I think there was only one blocker out there. 4 points. 3 of those were ghost points, so we're going to figure that out. We got Cruella DeVille jamming. So we're looking at 2:49 to 1:37, which is 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining.
So now Saracen on the line for the first time for Denver. Pardon us, it was 3 points to Denver in that jam, 4 points to Charm City. Saracen now working through. She is your lead jammer for Denver. Takes a big hit from Uvetta Work, but Uvetta Work was out of play, and we'll head to the box for Charm City. Cruella DeVille now out for Charm City, can score, and it's 2-on-2 in the pack.
So Denver looking to bring it home here. Cruella DeVille going to score some points, but Denver just looking to run out some clock. Both jammers. Oh, it's a power jam for Denver right now. Cruella DeVille cut the track major. So we just got the power jam. Denver just going to run out the clock here. The pack barely moving at all.
Saracen out there by her lonesome, 3-on-3 in the pack. Just pushing on battery operated. She is through. One more hit there by Charm City, but Saracen's got time on her side. 25 seconds left in the period, 50 seconds left in the jam.
Saracen doesn't get the jammer star a lot, so she's going to take advantage here and have some fun out there, score some points. She gets through again. Another 5-point grand slam for Saracen.
Lady Kaboom to the box for Charm City now. 2 blockers versus Denver's 4. So let's see what kind of offense they can mount here. Big push on the outside to the inside by Rivas. Frees Saracen, and the period is over. The bench tells her to call the jam. Denver will walk away with the win in the first game of the 2012 WCDA Championships. Unofficial score, Denver 268, Charm City 141. This is Charm's 3rd trip to champs, and they've never reached the semifinals. So Denver continuing that trend, preventing Charm from advancing.
As they take their victory lap, the hard-earned victory lap here for the Denver Roller Dolls.
You can tell that they did not take Charm City lightly.
No,
they had
not.
a bit of a stumble there when I Am Pain put that 32-point jam on, but the reality is that Denver locked it down, showing their discipline. You saw at Westerns, down by almost over 60 points to Bay Area, came through and won that bout by 20. Down to Windy City this past season, came back to win by 9. So Denver showing that they've got now some mental fortitude that is in line with their skate ability and their teamwork.
Denver showing why they're a very solid team today. What a jammer rotation they have. Just such agile jammers and a great blocking rotation as well. Jess Rivas really putting a hammer down, holding off blockers quite a bit.
So lead point scorer for Denver was Heather Juska with 85. Ranjon not too far behind with 76. As far as Charm City, I Am Payne, the workhorse, 73 points for her. Behind her was Cruella DeVille with 29, and Holden Grudges with 23 points there. So Holden Grudges at the end with some big jams for Charm City.
Here with Ariel Quigley. And Ariel, first off, how does it feel for that victory? A very big win by a very big margin. You guys only gave up the lead one time.
It feels really great, you know. We just decided to take every game one at a time because we knew we had to win each one to get to the next and ultimately succeed in the tournament. So we've got one down and now we're ready to prepare for the next.
Now, a lot of the scoring was chipping away. It was 4 points here, 5 points there. What facet of your blocking game did you guys really feel worked well tonight?
I think early on we were just a little frantic and trying to do too much, so we just decided to really kind of slow it down and sit down and contain their jammers to allow our jammers to get out, get lead, and then get points.
And next up, tomorrow, already you get right back to work. You face Windy City at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. What do you know about Windy City going in? What sort of, without revealing too much strategy, what do you see going into that bout?
I mean, we played Windy just a couple months ago in a really close game. They're a tough team. They're a strong team. We really can't, rest on anything and assume that we've got anything in the bag. We're going to have to work really hard because they're going to bring it, and so are we, and it's going to be a really tough game. So I think we're just going to do the same thing. Have to have strong D, contain their jammers, get ours out, and get points.
Ariel Quigley, Denver moving on. I appreciate the time. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, wait, one more thing. I'm sorry. Our butts did a lot.
Okay.
Tonight.
Butts do the talking. All right. Thank you very much, Ariel.
Thank you.
Denver moving on to play Windy City tomorrow.